Hello again, I am Jim Bob and welcome back to our F1 Manager 24 career save with Ferrari. We're getting ready for round 5, we're heading to China. And as you can see, we are riding a crest of high mentality at the moment. The results have been pretty good so far, and it is really giving us a nice little boost to our team's performance. We have got a regulation vote here for moderate or minimal changes. I'm going to go for minimal changes. See what happens on that. See if the rest of the grid is smart enough to vote for the moderate changes, which will tighten the field up a little bit more. Nothing else to deal with our inbox. Let's take a look at our cars. We've got some bits that need to be replaced. Swap out that front wing and that rear wing. Underfloors at high risk. Again, front and rear wings need to go, and we've also got a couple of other parts at high risk. Again, another underfloor, a suspension, and some side pods looking a little bit worn as well. As far as what we have going through right now, we are working on a new underfloor and a new front wing. And we've got some parts being built at the moment. New chassis, new side pods, new suspensions. So we don't need to worry about those. Looking at my stock, I've got one spare front wing, and hopefully that'll be enough until the new stuff comes in. We've got 11 days to go until China. Let me see. So that's a Mark II, Mark 1, Mark II, Mark II, Mark 1, Mark II, and Mark. So there's only two parts that need to have a Mark II. It's an underfloor and a front wing, and I think they're the two parts we are working on. Underfloor and front wing, yeah. So we don't need to worry about any more upgrades just yet. Means we've still got 16.5 million to spend. Let's look at improving our facilities a little bit. Let's give our... Let's have a look. That's going up to a level 2. That's going to cost most of my money. I think it's going to be worth it. We'll go for the upgrade on that. There we go. And we won't spend anything else now for a little while because we've got 5 million left, but we've also got 2 new parts that are getting close to being ready to go into production. We are looking at, 19 days for the underfloors. That's going to eat up a couple of million, building 4 of those. So we'll hang off on anything else for now. Let's advance time. There's the helipad up to level 5. Problem with the wind tunnel. Let's have a look. Yeah, we'll shut it down for 5 days. It's only 5 days. Got the regulation changes coming up. Will it be 5 or 10% across the board? Let's have a look. Oh, it will be 5%. Interesting. That's a 6-4 split. So Alpine, Haas, RB, and Aston voted against. They wanted the 10%. Everyone else wanted the 5%. Interesting. So every part will be affected by 5% in every category. So minimal changes means we don't need to worry too much about research, but we will get some done. It's less of a priority if we're only losing 5%. What else have we got? Staff results. Everyone is looking pretty good. Sainz has a neutral mentality. That's because he is leaving at the end of the season. Diego Giorvono is still neutral. He's new to the team. Diego Tondi, why is he unhappy? With other staff. Okay. So Diego's unhappy with his salary. Everyone else seems to be pretty good. Positives across the board. Unhappy with salary and being replaced. Well, that's not changing anytime this year. And our engineers are fine as well. Let's have a look at our stats. Look how good Leclerc looks with high mentality there. 100 in cornering and braking. 97 in control. That's very, very nice to see. What did I actually have him trading on? I can't remember. Wet track. So that's his smoothness, adaptability, and accuracy. I'm going to leave him on that, just because I don't want to work on the cornering at the moment. So, let's push on. It should be our win tunnel email. It is. There was a fault, so that's now been resolved. Now we can start to do a little bit of research. Still shut down, so we'll have to advance time a couple of days. There we go. So let's get a chassis upgrade in, or a chassis research project in, and we'll just leave everything as is. Maybe just boost the engine cooling a little bit more. Go, and we'll do side pod as well. And again, we'll just work on the engine cooling a little bit more. There we go. Stay at Grand Prix. Let's go into our warehouse and check parts. So we can now put both cars on the same chassis. Don't have the rear wings yet. Put them both on the same side pod. Both on the same suspension. And can I actually start building my rear wing now? No, I still don't have a slot left. I've got to wait till after the Grand Prix when the chassis is finished. Oh no, wait, it's 2 days. The next one, 12 days in total. So after the Grand Prix, when either the side pod or the suspension is done, then we can start building our rear wing in time for Miami. All right, so weather is going to be good. It's going to be quite warm. Let's set some targets. I'm going to continue pushing Charles because he is very enthusiastic right now. And we'll go fourth with Carlos as well.
We're just getting settled here in Shanghai, ahead of the Chinese Grand Prix. A visit to Shanghai International Circuit can only mean it's time for the Chinese Grand Prix. This state-of-the-art track combines high G-force corners with one of the longest straights on the calendar, and with space for up to 200,000 spectators, not a minute of action will be missed. Welcome everyone, qualifying for the sprint awaits us, and we're raring to get going.
Okay, so got a little bit of work to do for sprint quali here in terms of the setup. We're going to try and get that knocked out nice and quickly. I'm going to go with that. This is our last opportunity to get that fixed. And let's have a look. I'll go with that. Yeah, let's go with that. All right. So we're into prep for quali itself. You can see where we are with the setup. That's as close as I could get. Big fundamental change that will happen after qualifying. No, sorry, after the sprint is going to be to reduce the roll bar so we can fix the traction. Everything else is pretty close, and we can tweak that as we go. But you know, the car's looking pretty good. And then that's where we are with Sainz, who has actually been pretty quick, actually slightly quicker than Charles so far in the first couple of sessions. So let's see how we do. This is going to be pretty much one and done, I think. I'm not going to have time to do multiple. Well, we could do a 2-lap run. Let's do a 2-lap run.
Green light.
So the format of the video is going to be slightly different because it's a sprint weekend. Try and condense sprint quali and sprint and normal quali and the race all into a single 1-hour video. It's going to be a little bit too much, I think. It's going to detract from the actual amount of footage I can realistically show. So we're going to have a smaller video which is going to cover the sprint, the build-up, sprint quali and the sprint, and then we'll do a separate video for normal quali and the race. The follow-on, it'll be like a 2-parter. And I think that will probably be how we approach sprint weekends going forward in this series. So if I've judged this right, we should just about have enough time to get a second flying lap in, but the question is how much traffic we're going to have on the road and whether or not the tyres will hold up for that second flying lap as well. Theoretically, they should do, and the confidence gain that we get from doing our first run or our first lap should help. If we'd gone out immediately, we might have had time to actually do a second complete run, but this guarantees we get to do 2 laps.
Charge button off for last corner. Tires are up to temps.
Looks like a lot of cars are just sitting in the
Okay,
garage waiting to do
okay.
that one single run.
And you can go now.
Once again, Sainz is that little bit quicker. 23.529, 23.612. It's close. Less than a tenth. Now we're starting to see a little bit of movement. Russell exiting the pits as well, and there goes Stroll. Leclerc quicker in the middle sector. 27.8, 27.9, so they're pretty much neck and neck at the moment. Alonso sets the benchmark at 1:32.6. Leclerc beats that with a 1:31.3. Sainz is just 93 thousandths slower. Less than a hundredth between, sorry, less than a tenth between the two cars. Still, we're waiting on some cars to come out. They must be coming out soon. Max is about to set his time. Here comes Perez out of the pits. Max goes top by 43 thousandths. Now Piastri's coming out. Still no sign of Norris or Russell. There's Norris. Oh no, wait, Russell's on a lap. Russell's just starting his lap now. And now Stroll's starting his lap. So everyone's on track.
Watch for traffic. And charge button off. Charge button off.
And here we go with the second flying lap.
Still clear in front for now.
Tyres at 89%. Really don't need much to improve to take pole away from Max. We're comfortably quicker than Hamilton right now. And we've got purple in the first. That's a very strong start. Sainz equals his time in the first sector from his first lap. Slower middle sector for Charles. And also for Sainz. Tyres might be giving up now. And there we go. We have taken pole position by a tenth. Now, what can Sainz do? Can he get himself on the front row? No, he can't. In fact, I don't think he improved at all. No, he didn't. He was, oh wow, over 2.5 tenths slower. He was slower in every sector apart from the first one where he equaled his time from his first lap. He lost almost a tenth in the middle, and then he lost about 2 tenths there in the final sector. But we do have pole. Perez goes fourth. Russell's on his in lap. We're just waiting on Norris now to set his time. He approaches the final corner. And Norris goes fifth. So It's Ferrari from Red Bull, then Ferrari from Red Bull, then the two McLarens, the two Mercedes, and the two Astons. That is your top 10 for the sprint.
Well, it's a different format this weekend, with a sprint set to spice up today's events. Of course, this is the first sprint of the season, adding an extra challenge for the drivers and their teams. But as ever, in Formula One, an extra challenge is an extra opportunity.
The big draw today is the opportunity to grab some extra championship points. After all, they could make the difference when the season comes to a close.
Well, it's not too long now until the sprint around Shanghai, where we'll see who comes out on top.
All right, I'm going with the softs. Save the mediums for the Grand Prix itself. I've got plenty of soft tyres. One set of those, at least, probably two sets we need to keep in mind for the Grand Prix. And yeah, that's great. You can see what we've got. We've got those two sets we used in SQ1 and SQ2. That's the set of softs we used in SQ3. So we've got two brand new sets of mediums. It's a brand new set of hards. Take those two sets away for quali. That's going to leave us the one set that we're using now for the sprint, and then two other sets, hopefully brand new for the race as well. Going to go with the 19 laps of fuel. Not going to push off the line. And away we go.
Here we go, the sprint in Shanghai. It's lights out and away we go.
Good start from Sainz. Got in front of Verstappen there. Let's take a look at what everyone else is doing tyres. Everyone else is going mediums. We're the only ones on the softs. Didn't expect that. That will explain why we got the good launch off the line. Norris has got ahead of Verstappen as well, and ahead of Perez. So great start from Norris. We are still using the engines from the first part of the season, so gearbox is a bit worn, as you can see. Engine at 50%. 46% there for Sainz, 37% gearbox. So no new parts in terms of powertrain. We are going to let them fight. And I think we've just broken away from Norris in terms of the DRS.
DRS enabled. P1. Next
But of
car
course,
behind now is
it won't
Sainz.
switch on till we hit the long back straight.
Sainz behind
So
0.4.
he's got plenty of time to close that back up again. And he has done already. Let's have a look further down. Piastri in 6th place, and it's Hamilton from Russell, Alonso in 9th. Tsunoda has moved up into 10th ahead of Stroll. Then Ricciardo, Magnussen, Bottas, Ocon, Sargent, Hulkenberg with some damage. That might be just a worn out engine or a worn out gearbox perhaps. Then Zhou, Gasly and Albon bringing up the rear. See, Norris is close. Sainz now with the DRS wide open is going to make the move up the inside into the hairpin. Gets the move done. Complaining about being pushed wide, but he got the move done. He is into the lead. Leclerc just staying in DRS range. And we close back up. We do have a yellow flag. Problem at the hairpin. Big problem at the hairpin there.
Yellow flag.
Copy.
Magnussen with a spin, holding everybody up.
Right, we're at turn 14 here. Whoa, and there it goes. And that certainly wouldn't have been in their plans today.
Surprised we didn't see a red flag for that, actually. In situations like that, when you get cars just sat there not being able to move because of some form of obstruction, you do tend to see red flags, but he got going quickly enough. They have dropped 8.5 seconds off the back of everybody else. So what's that done to his tyres? A lot. 10% damage to his tyres there. And you can see our tyre wear is actually better at the moment than the mediums. I'm going to further supplement that by dropping our tyre pace down, but pushing our fuel burn up a little bit more. We still haven't touched our battery yet.
Let's lift off.
Let's see if we can build up an advantage on the tyre wear so that hopefully our drivers will just keep swapping position and staying ahead of Norris. And then we'll build up that little bit of advantage on the tyre wear. And then we can try and break away in a few laps' time and open up a gap that will be too much for them to claw back. Oh, Norris!
I had a misshift, I don't know why.
Well, that's Sainz dead.
Nothing we can do.
Very much dead. Just out of nowhere. Look how fast he went in.
And there, the cars make contact.
Oof.
Who was at fault?
Yeah, that is
Well, there'll
a
definitely be fingers being
massive
pointed.
rear end. Sainz is out. How much damage has that done? That's probably killed his powertrain. So glad I haven't got new parts in there. Yeah, that is a definite retirement there. Terminal engine damage. Everyone's diving into the pits.
I don't really know what to say about that.
Sorry. Sorry might be a good thing, a good place to start. So I'm guessing everyone's going on to softs here.
He's okay. He's okay.
Chaos in the pits. A lot of people having to double stack.
And there's been a slow pit stop.
Oh, bad stops like that do not help either. Oh, Stroll. It's really lost out quite badly there. Thanks to Alonso's slow stop and then having to wait. And there's a 5-second penalty for Norris there.
Next car behind is
Should be more.
Then 16.
And we're seeing a lot of cars going on to brand new mediums. Stroll has gone on to softs. He's the only one. Everyone else has put another set of mediums on. I am very surprised by that. Softs, including doing a couple of laps into the safety car like that, clearly should be the better choice. Let's take a look at why Hulkenberg has that little mark against him. Yeah, it is his engine. It is damaged. So he has developed a fault on that, which is like a permanent fault. Because that is wearing out way quicker than it should do. Wouldn't be at all surprised if the safety car came in here at the end of its second lap. I mean, the field's already very tight together. And there we go. Yeah, safety car, very short.
Safety car in this lap.
Came out, picked up Leclerc on lap 1,
We
and here
may
on lap
restart
2,
next
it's
lap.
peeling off and it's going to go in. 15 laps of racing to come. Well, 14 laps of racing to come. We do have a slight disadvantage now in terms of life of the tyres. But having said that, we are definitely above prediction.
And tires are good to push. Use DRS.
Okay.
Safety car in the pit lane.
All right, we're braking.
So at the moment you have P1.
I don't think we're going to shake Max anytime soon. I just want to try and space the field out a little bit. Already you can see a gap has opened up between Magnussen and Ricciardo. Hamilton's being dropped as well off the back of the two Red Bulls. And Tsunoda's struggling to keep up with Piastri. Just trying to break up the train a little bit.
And try to increase pushing status.
It was a full safety car, so no DRS this lap, but it will be active on the next one.
And
There's a
DRS
new
enabled.
fastest lap for Charles. Fully expect Max to close the gap back up again on this lap. But again, if now that we've created that pocket, if Max does push and Perez can't keep up, that means it becomes a two-car breakaway at the front. Hamilton already over a second and a half behind Perez. He's now comfortably out of DRS, so he won't be dragged along. Tsunoda again, second and a half behind Piastri. He's going to lose the DRS. Russell has got an opportunity to try and move into sixth, but he's struggling to keep up with Yuki. And you see Max has just, I think, managed to get back into DRS range here.
And charge button on. Charge button on.
Copy.
Got a good launch. Did Max
And
get
we
the
need to look
DRS?
after the
He
tyres.
did. Or did he?
Copy.
No, he didn't. Thought he did.
Charge button on.
Copy that.
Perez has pushed to try and close that gap back up. Piastri's been left a long way behind, and now Max has got the DRS. Charles keeps him covered off. But it is now what I was hoping for, a two-car breakaway. Perez is lurking. He will probably catch back up on this lap. Piastri shouldn't, though. So it's two Red Bulls against one Ferrari now. Let's take a look at tyre wear. And you can see the mediums are pushing their tyres pretty aggressively. Oh, and credit to Piastri, he has closed up the Perez, although Perez has not kept with us. Not in range yet, but he's got the slipstream. He will get DRS off the back of Perez across the line, I think. And you see Max again having a look. And he's gone through.
Race is long.
Now I need to make sure
Next
I
car
stay with him
behind is Perez.
and not let
Gap to
Perez
him 1.8.
pick up the back of my slipstream
So
there.
increase pushing status.
Russell has got through and is now closing in on Lewis. Little train behind him,
So in front we
Sonoda
have
and
Verstappen.
Alonso and Ricciardo. Where's Ricciardo? Wow, he's
All right,
a long
let's
way back.
concentrate.
Stroll is in 10th, so he has managed to hold on to the top 10, but he's out of the points. And not even close to the points at the moment. Running a little bit of a risk. Yeah, we got dropped.
And push.
Perez has dropped off as well, so Oscar's pushing as well by the look of it. Hopefully I can just close up just on pure pace rather than needing to use the battery.
Car in front is Verstappen. Gap to Verstappen in front, 1.7.
It's not looking good though. I think we're going to have to use the battery.
And more energy available.
Okay.
Especially with
Look after
Oscar
the tires,
lurking
please.
behind us as well.
Copy.
And then we get half a second swing there towards Max and away from Oscar.
Piastri behind. Gap to him, 2.2.
And we are back in range.
And try to take care of these tires.
Copy.
And we need charge button on. Charge button on.
Copy.
And this time round we might actually make a move on Max. Got a big overspeed. Setting him up for a pass on the start-finish straight hit.
So next car behind is Piastri.
There we go, comfortably through. And now, I'm going to bolt.
And tires are good to push. And we need lift and coast.
Yeah, copy that.
No lift off needed. You are doing a good job.
Let's really bolt.
Copy.
Gap is 2 seconds as we cross the DRS line. And it's going to be 3 seconds by the time we hit the hairpin, I think. Just about. There we go. There's the 3 seconds. And so we are 3.5 seconds ahead with 5 laps to go.
And we need you to take care of the tires.
Yeah, copy that.
That should be enough to win the sprint. And now surely Alonso's got him banged to rights here. And comfortably past. Moved on before they even approached the braking zone there. Has he got enough left in him to break away as we have 3 laps to go? We're now 7.5 seconds clear of Max. Unless we make a mistake, this sprint is very much ours. And there we go, Alonso has dropped Tsunoda. Let's take a look at tyres. Tsunoda's struggling. Well, they are all struggling a little bit there. Stroll is lapping a little bit quicker than Ricciardo, might yet catch him. There is Ricciardo. And we were 1.6 seconds quicker than Max on that last lap. Gap now 8 seconds. This is why I'm surprised nobody else went with medium. Oh, hang on. Not us, is it? No, it's not. Sorry, yellow flag.
Let's have a look at that.
It's
Now,
Perez
this
with a
is
lockup.
Sergio Perez. All good at this point. Well, you can see the lockup.
Yeah.
Now, they did leave it very late.
And that now could put him under real pressure from Hamilton. That tyre advantage he had over Hamilton has gone as a result of that lockup. It's borderline as to whether Lewis is going to get the DRS here. And he is.
Then he
No,
will
couldn't
be
quite get it this time.
Copy
And
that.
that gives Perez a chance to breathe again. We're under zero pressure, 9 seconds clear with 2 laps to go. And we've got so much life left in those tyres compared to everybody else. I think Perez will survive.
And good job on tires. Continue like this.
Down the long back straight. Nobody's close enough really to challenge anybody for any position of consequence here. I thought Yuki might be able to close back up on Alonso, but he is just too far behind. Stroll isn't close enough to Danny Rick, although he is closing. Might just sneak the DRS. Leclerc crosses the line and wins the sprint at an absolute canter in the end.
Feels good. Thank you.
And we might yet
to everybody.
see a change of position
Into
here
the
on the
pit lane.
final lap. No points are up for grabs here. This is purely for pride. I think Ricciardo will hold him off. And he does. So Leclerc wins the sprint comfortably by 9 seconds from Max Verstappen. Piastri in third, 4.5 seconds back. 8 seconds then the gap to Perez in fourth. Again, Hamilton, 4 seconds. Russell, 5 seconds back, 4 seconds back as well, fifth and sixth. Alonso in seventh, Tsunoda eighth, Ricciardo ninth, Stroll in 10th. And Tsunoda getting the final point of the sprint. I will see you in part 2 for qualifying and the race.
Charles Leclerc there, our sprint winner today.
And what a well-deserved P1 finish that was. Absolutely outstanding.